Hello and welcome to the International House of Bacon server. My name is Andre Wiggin, and this is episode 2 of Multiplayer Solutions for the Modern Minecrafter. As promised, today is my minecart station, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. We're walking up to it right now. As you can see, here's the entrance, so I'll walk in here and press this button to get a minecart. And that Pez dispenser is by Pear Squirrel, that particular design is. And so I'll link him in the video description. Be sure to take a look. It's an old design from like 1.6, but still works. It's what I always use. And yep, that's 1.3 for you. You just take random damage. But we'll keep on going. It didn't used to do this before 1.3. And so I'm going to select the Leckman house, which is our base, and you'll get to see that in just a second. And then I'll press go. And it's that simple. And here I've built, if you watch the other video, you'll notice all this is new. I built this nice sandstone minecart track. You can see the base there. We're going through the mountain. And so yeah, I'd just like to talk about real quick how I want to do this series. And until I get a little bit better at playing and talking at the same time, I think I'm just going to try and do more of a world tour kind of style, sort of like Doc M does, if you know him, and just build and then show it off afterwards. So yeah, here we are at the Leckman house. This is our base. This is the main area where we keep all our stuff, our valuables. And here's the minecart station at the Leckman house. This particular minecart station I didn't invent at all. This is by CNB Minecraft, and I'll link that too. Although I did add a Pez dispenser, which he did not have. And the reason why I like my new one better is because you'll see in this one it has an arrival and a departure separately. But in my new design they are the same, so you don't have to get out of the minecart if you want to keep going. And I'll show you that in just a second when we get there. Yeah, I touched up this whole cave as well for you, this whole tunnel. And that's another minecart switcher that I might show off some other time. This is a golem farm in progress, also by Doc M. And yeah, so we're coming up, and we're gonna lag and take damage. It's always fun. And as you can see, when we arrived, these ones go up. These 2 blocks go up, and these 2 blocks lower. And that's because there are 2 pressure plates over there that detect whether we're coming in. And so when I get out, it switches and the minecart goes away. And as you can see, when I came in, I could have just selected a new destination and gone there. And that's why it's an improvement over the other system. However, there are some flaws to the system over the other one, in that if 2 people arrive at once, that could cause some problems. But for this little server, that's usually not an issue. And even if it was, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So yeah, let me show you how it works. First, in theory, each of these buttons here is attached to an RS NOR latch. And how I made them tileable, which means that they can fit right next to each other, is I used 2 different designs and put this one low, 4th one low, and then 1 and 3 high, and then managed to, with some very intricate and tricky redstone, get them to their tracks. And I'll show you how much space I had to do that with. If this is the block where the button's on, right? I had 1, 2, 3 blocks to do it, 4 kind of, but I had to have these full blocks, so I could only use that space underneath. And we'll take a look at that in just a second. But another feature is if you accidentally click the wrong one, say I click number 2 instead of when I meant to go to the Leckman house, I have a reset, so it'll reset. and you can actually select as many as you want, but you can't. You'll go to the first one if you go when you have them all selected, and there's the reset. Now, what happens if you don't? I'm just gonna get this one out for convenience. If you forget to choose anything and you just press go, you're just being absent-minded. There's a contingency for that. You don't just go to the last one or anything. You go to a fifth track, which you could actually have hooked up to a fifth destination if you wanted to, but the button setup would be a little bit complicated, so that's why I didn't do that. And you've got a little button here that says go back and select a destination, you moron. So you can go back, and it'll send you across here, so you get to go right back in. And there we go. And as you can see, that went up, and more damage because 1.3 is stupid. I'm sure they'll get that fixed eventually, but there's no reason for me to be taking damage because I'm not going through any blocks or anything. And yeah, so I can select I can select this destination again and go, and no problem. But I'm just going to get out because I want to look at the insides. So, how it detects whether you're coming into the minecart station or not, whether you're going in or going out, is through, sorry this is such a mess, but you can see how complicated the redstone is. I had to do some very windy sort of maneuvers to get this to work. These two redstone pieces are sitting under detector rails. You can actually see the minecart I left is sitting on this one. And how it works is when the minecart is coming this way, it hits this first, and so the redstone will get deactivated, and this torch will go on. This shouldn't be activated usually, because there's a minecart on top of it right now, which is bad planning by my part. But anyway, when it comes the other way, however, there's a delay on it, and so by the time it hits here, the other one has already hit this one as well. So essentially they cancel each other out, and it stays, and this torch stays off. And this torch is attached to just your basic RS NOR latch, the 3x3 RS NOR latch, which is then attached to the pistons there and there. Those go up to the one set of pistons. This goes up to the other set of pistons. And yeah, these note blocks that are interspersed are for the notes that play when you select something. This is the Pez dispenser. You can see the minecarts are up there. And it's very simple. There's just a torch there and a torch on this block, right where that minecart is. And when you power this block, which I'm powering from the other side, and it's attached to that button that you saw earlier, this trapdoor flicks on and off very, very fast, enough to allow one minecart to drop down and go up. If you don't know this trick, there's an interesting trick which allows you to push a minecart through a block. So let me send this one away. But see, there's a block here. I can actually send a minecart through there, and it'll come up right here. And that's because there's just tracks underneath, so it treats it like it's a full track, and it stops on the unpowered rail. But when you have the block here, it allows you to press the button and it goes. So yeah, I hope you understood all that. I really like this design, and if you want me to do a tutorial on it, I'd be very flattered, but it'll probably take me a few episodes to get through, because it's very complicated. I can barely build it. I've built it twice actually. I had to do a lot of the work in creative. And actually, one other thing that you should know about this design is that like a lot of minecart designs that rely on this sort of mechanic where the tracks are facing one way or the other by default, it's direction based, so it can only face this way or that way without and I forget which directions those are. Actually, that's north, so this is east. So it can only face east or west without inverting the signals, and that's a design. That's a design mechanic that's common to a lot of minecart stations, including the CNB Minecraft one that's over there. So yeah, why don't we take one last ride to the Leckman house, and yeah, I think that's it. That's what it looks like from the outside. See you guys next time. Leave a comment if you liked it, and a like if you liked it as well. So thanks. Bye.